I was always told that entrepreneurship was less about skill and more about mentality, meaning it's not as much about being great about a specific thing as it is about understanding how to monetize anything that you're good at. My journey into coaching started with a daily blog sharing how bad I was at trading, and I was able to turn that into a successful business which has worked with hundreds of thousands of traders across the world and was even recognized in Forbes magazine. So if I can do it, why can't you do the same? So start growing your business today by starting a podcast using Spotify for podcasters. I love them because they allow me to record, distribute, monetize, all from a single platform with just a click of a few buttons. I can also record video episodes and interact with you guys, my fans, by posting Q&A and poll questions. Best of all, it's free, which is massive since most businesses require significant startup costs to get going. So the way I see it, there's no risk, all reward to at least giving it a try. So get started today at www.spotify.com/podcasters or download the Spotify for Podcasters app. And as the great Shia LaBeouf once said, just do it. So I've always said that trading is simple but not easy. What if I told you that the part that's not easy is not actually the trading part? I'll explain exactly what I mean in today's episode of the Trading Coach Podcast. But do me a favor, once you're done listening, let me know in the comment section below, especially if you're listening to this on Spotify or on YouTube, if you agree or not. I got a quote or a question the other day. I shared this idea on the Trading Edge video, and I was like, hey, here's a very simple way to, a simple explanation of how I use structure to trade. And basically I showed him what I just showed you. I said, I look for a level of structure to be violated, and if that level of structure is violated, then I look for the next level of structure to be the target. Boom, right? It's pretty simple. And you know, we got a kind of a comment like, oh man, if it was only that simple or blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, you know, trading, here's the thing about trading, right? Trading is rather simple. It's just not easy to do. And I think most traders would agree. Like the concepts of trading are simple once you have them. Right? Because once you have the concepts of trading down, it is essentially just following your plan, right? It is a series of if-then tasks, and you do them. It is rather simple. If price action breaks structure to the upside, then I look for pullback to the downside. If I get pullback to the downside, then I look for 3-bar reversal. If I get 3-bar reversal, then I buy, right? It's not rocket science. But it's not easy. It's not easy on a few different levels. It's not easy to train your eyes on how to see the market. It's not necessarily easy. And by easy, I don't necessarily mean just easy in skill. But when I say easy, I'm also talking about easy in like dedication, right? Because again, we can go back to, you know, my kid is, he plays soccer, and we have this little overly expensive bounce thing outside that rebounds the ball to him. And it's funny, right? We got this. I bought this expensive, and not super expensive, but expensive for what it is. It's called a rebounder, right? You kick it, and it bounces off a net, okay? And it gives it back to you, right? The things people, man, why didn't I think of all this stuff, right? So I bought that, but they're inside just using the back of a couch. So we got this fancy stuff outside, and they're inside kicking the ball off the back of a couch, doing it. Look, Dad, we got our own rebounder. I'm like, yeah. Should have discovered that before I bought this one. But anyway, he's decided he wants to be good at soccer. So he's been practicing using his left foot because, you know, typically a lot of people aren't good with their left foot. And using your left foot or your opposite hand, your weak hand, just like writing or any other task around the house, it's easy to do, right? Once you invest the time in practicing how to do it. And the hard part is investing the time, right? It's not hard to be like, hey, I'm going to try and bounce a basketball with my left hand 100 times a day. But getting up each and every day and actually doing it is the difficult part, right? Same thing with weight loss or yoga, right? I'm supposed to be doing yoga every morning. I'm supposed to do a 30-minute yoga session every morning to refresh my brain and find my peace before heading into you guys. Heading into the markets, the frustrating markets. Yeah, excuse me. So that's easy, right? Just wake up and put on a yoga video on YouTube. The hard part is me consistently waking up 30 minutes before my normal wake up to do it. That's where you're in the bed. You're like, right? So it's the same thing with trading, right? Trading isn't that hard, right? I mean, I don't want to make it oversimplify and make it seem like it's super, super easy, right? But the hardest part in trading is being dedicated to put into work for a very long period of time. I was listening to an accountability session. I'm not sure if you guys heard this. Tim did an accountability session the other day, and I loved it because he was talking about he had just got finished his back testing, and he's got to go back and do a little bit of like a kind of data kind of maintenance in there. And he was like, back to the back testing. And he's like, now I got a back test, and I'm going to do 45 days of paper trading. And it's like, how many traders out there would actually do that? I'm not talking about people on our platform, obviously, but like how many regular traders out there? You meet a trader in the street or in the virtual streets, right? You put your VR thing on and you say, hey, you ready for 45 days of demo trading before you can trade live after I don't know how many months of back testing? How many of them are going to be like, yeah? And how many are going to be like, nah, I'm just going to start trading live, right? So the hard part is that dedication. And even with me and my journey, right? I told you guys I used to be demo king. I was demo king and then real life pawn. I don't know what you're going to call it. But I would tell myself I would sit down and I would be dedicated. And I'd be like, Akil, 30 days of demo trading. It started off, I was supposed to do 3 months, but at the end it was like 30 days because I just needed a small goal to accomplish. But it was 30 days of demo trading before I go live. And I would get like a weekend. I'd hit this big heater on my demo trading account. And of course I'd be like, man, I'm wasting all this live money on this demo account. I'm making all this fake money, leaving all this live money on the table. I'm going live next week. And then I would obviously not be prepared to do it. And I would consistently do that. So the hard part about trading isn't necessarily, it's not really learning how to trade. It's not really understanding the concepts. There are complicated concepts out there in trading. There are complicated methods that you can use in trading. Don't get me wrong. There is stuff that is way over my head. We did a Q&A on the RSI stuff yesterday, right? At Monday's private Q&A. Where we did the thing where we don't even look at price chart. We just look at the RSI. We put out the RSI zones, the bull zone, the bear zone, and we're basically looking for violation with the RSI. And that's confusing as hell, right? So there is stuff like that. Again, we simplified it. We gave it rules, and now it became easier to see. That's the point. But you could do something very, very complicated, or you could do something simple where you trade double top set structure, which is not very complicated at all. Anyone can do that. So it's not it's not that trading isn't easy. It's the stuff behind trading. It's the dedicating to training your RAS. It is dedication to acquiring data. It is dedication to demo trading. Once you go live, it's dedication to actually waking up and looking at the charts and doing your analysis every day like you're supposed to. It's dedication to journaling and getting back on the charts in between sessions and taking notes and continuing that education. It's dedication to proper risk management on the trade. It's dedication to not moving that stop loss back when price is going against you. It's dedication to not moving targets up or taking targets early when you think price is going to reverse. It's dedication to not jumping and bailing to the next system every time you hit a small little drawdown. Those are the parts that's not easy. The stuff on the chart, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing in comparison. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Again, let me know in the comments section, especially if you're listening on Spotify or YouTube, if you agree or disagree with the actual easy/hard part of trading. And thank you as always for checking out the Trading Coach Podcast. 3 new episodes each week if you're new, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And make sure you take that 10 episode challenge. Pick 10 random episodes of your liking. Check it out before deciding if you want to make this a regular part of your trading routine or not. All right, until next time, plan your trade, trade your plan. Take care.